Hello everyone, I'm Tanaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of January 23rd. So last week we had that full moon in the sign of Cancer, and the moon loves to be in the sign of Cancer. It's where it feels most at home, it's where it can exert its fullest effects. So maybe you felt over the last week that you have really been releasing or letting things go or going through some sort of purging. Maybe that came up for you last week, and hopefully now, if that was the case, you're feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit renewed, like you've kind of let some heaviness go. And if you haven't, know that you still have an opportunity. If you're feeling that heaviness, if you're feeling that sluggishness, know that you can still use these energies to do some release work, to do some self-care work, to kind of purge and cleanse and think about starting fresh, starting anew. We still have, as we move through this week, we still have Mercury and Venus in retrograde. However, on January 29th, Venus will station direct. So remember, with retrogrades, the closer the planet is to the sun, the more we feel the retrograde. So having both Mercury and Venus in retrograde these last couple of weeks is some strong retrograde energy, and that can manifest as just feeling a little bit slow, a little sluggish, feeling like you have to take, one step forward and then 10 steps back. Retrogrades get us to review, reflect, look over the past. Venus retrograde in particular has been working on our heart chakra, on our health, particularly reproductive health or heart health, and also our relationships. It may have also stirred power dynamics in our lives where we need to claim our power or perhaps release control and surrender a little bit. So all of that could have been coming up under the Venus retrograde energies, but as it prepares to station direct, things can kind of intensify. It's almost like the universe is like, have you learnt all the lessons and gotten all the gifts and extracted all the goodness from this Venus retrograde? Well, we're running out of time, so here it is. So we might feel that intensity as we get towards that January 29th date when Venus stations direct. So just stay open, see where you're being guided to open your heart, to create more balance in your relationships, or to look after your health. Venus can also rule over profits and our relationship with abundance, so that also might be something that's coming up as well. And then of course we do have Mercury adding into the mix there, and Mercury rules our mind, and so when it's in retrograde, thoughts from our subconscious, some subconscious belief patterns can also come up. So that might also kind of be influencing some of this Venus retrograde energy as well. So a lot of retrograde energy kind of all merging together as one. So if you are feeling that, if you are feeling like you're going through some sort of purging, some sort of deep, inner, like I need to change the way I'm thinking about things, or all of that is just the retrograde energy you're feeling, but it's on the way out. Mercury will go direct on February 3rd, so the following week, but after that we actually have no planets in retrograde, which will be a rare thing this year. So forward moving energy, direct moving energy, it's coming, we're getting there, but we still have to kind of work through some of this retrograde activity. End of this week, Venus will be back stationing direct. If you have checked out the article that I wrote on Venus retrograde at foreverconscious.com, it included some journal prompts. And if you haven't had a chance to look at that yet, I highly recommend you do so this week. Especially as Venus stations direct, the lessons can be intensified. So if you're looking to kind of really embody this energy, bring it to life in your own life, check out those journal prompts. I will drop a link below, but you can find them at foreverconscious.com in the Venus retrograde article. So that's kind of it for the energy of this week. We're just sort of navigating these retrogrades. I did forget to mention last week that that Aquarius season has begun. Aquarius season began on the 19th, 20th. The sun moved into the sign of Aquarius. this actually should have brought some lightness. Aquarius is an air sign, so we might be feeling a little more inspired, a little more energy would have shifted from that grounded, earthy Capricorn energy into the higher chakras, helping us to stay a little more inspired, to open our mindsets a little bit more. So know that that energy is filtering through as well. And even though this happens next week, I will just give a little bit of the energy this week because we may be feeling it as we get to the end of the week, but we do have a new moon coming up. This is an Aquarius new moon. It falls on the 31st of January for some time zones and then February 1st for other time zones. So just check your local time zone there. But basically for all of us, the 31st night is when we're going to feel the energies at their strongest, even if it does fall on the 1st for you. So this new moon is also the start of the lunar new year. So it's a powerful new moon. There is some fresh energy coming with it. And then like I mentioned, with Mercury going direct on the 3rd, so a couple of days after this new moon, we'll have lots of forward moving energy to greet us as we move through February and even through March. So I'll talk a little bit more about the new moon next week, but just know we're kind of still in that retrograde fog. We're clearing things out. We're getting ready for the new. We're working on our relationships, subconscious thought patterns, looking after our health, clearing and purging. And if you feel the urge, this is also a great week to maybe clear the clutter of your house, get things ready. Know that this fresh energy is coming and be prepared to welcome it in with both arms. All right, I hope that's helpful. I am Tanaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.